It's my cob, my favorite. Lead him here and bring me some sugar. Where is the Count? She inquired of two smart footmen who darted out. Ah, there he is, she said, seeing Vronsky coming to meet her with Veslovsky. Where are you going to put the princess? Said Vronsky in French, addressing Anna, and without waiting for a reply, he once more greeted Darya Alexandrovna, and this time he kissed her hand. I think the big balcony room. Oh, no, that's too far off. Better in the corner room, we shall see each other more. Come, let's go up, said Anna, as she gave her favorite horse the sugar the footman had brought her. Underscore et vous oubliez votre devoir underscore, she said to Veslovsky, who came out too on the steps. Underscore pardon, Jean I tout plan les poches underscore, he answered, smiling, putting his fingers in his waistcoat pocket. Underscore mais vous venez trop tard underscore, she said, rubbing her handkerchief on her hand, which the horse had made wet in taking the sugar. Anna turned to Dolly. You can stay some time? For one day only? That's impossible. I promised to be back, and the children, said Dolly, feeling embarrassed both because she had to get her bag out of the carriage, and because she knew her face must be covered with dust. No, Dolly, darling. Well, we'll see. Come along, come along. And Anna led Dolly to her room. That room was not the smart guest chamber Vronsky had suggested, but the one of which Anna had said that Dolly would excuse it. And this room, for which excuse was needed, was more full of luxury than any in which Dolly had ever stayed, a luxury that reminded her of the best hotels abroad. Well, darling, how happy I am, Anna said, sitting down in her riding habit for a moment beside Dolly. Tell me about all of you. Steva I had only a glimpse of, and he cannot tell one about the children. How is my favorite, Tanya? Quite a big girl, I expect? Yes, she's very tall, Darya Alexandrovna answered shortly, surprised herself that she should respond so coolly about her children. We are having a delightful stay at the Levins, she added. "Oh, if I had known," said Anna, "that you do not despise me. You might have all come to us. Steve is an old friend and a great friend of Alexei's, you know," she added, and suddenly she blushed. "Yes, but we are all," Dolly answered in confusion. "But in my delight I'm talking nonsense. The one thing, darling, is that I am so glad to have you," said Anna, kissing her again. "You haven't told me yet how and what you think about me, and I keep wanting to know." "But I'm glad you will see me as I am. The chief thing I shouldn't like would be for people to imagine I want to prove anything. I don't want to prove anything, I merely want to live, to do no one harm but myself. I have the right to do that, haven't I? But it is a big subject, and we'll talk over everything properly later. Now I'll go and dress and send a maid to you." Chapter 19. Left alone, Darya Alexandrovna, with a good housewife's eye, scanned her room. All she had seen in entering the house and walking through it, and all she saw now in her room, gave her an impression of wealth and sumptuousness and of that modern European luxury of which she had only read in English novels, but had never seen in Russia and in the country. Everything was new, from the new French hangings on the walls to the carpet which covered the whole floor. The bed had a spring mattress, and a special sort of bolster and silk pillowcases on the little pillows. The marble washstand, the dressing table, the little sofa, the tables, the bronze clock on the chimney piece, the window curtains, and the portieres were all new and expensive. The smart maid, who came in to offer her services, with her hair done up high, and a gown more fashionable than Dolly's, was as new and expensive as the whole room. Darya Alexandrovna liked her neatness, her deferential and obliging manners, but she felt ill at ease with her. She felt ashamed of her seeing the patched dressing jacket that had unluckily been packed by mistake for her. She was ashamed of the very patches and darned places of which she had been so proud at home. At home it had been so clear that for 6 dressing jackets there would be needed 24 yards of nainsook at 16 pence the yard, which was a matter of 30 shillings besides the cutting out and making, and these 30 shillings had been saved. But before the maid she felt, if not exactly ashamed, at least uncomfortable. Darya Alexandrovna had a great sense of relief when Anushka, whom she had known for years, walked in. The smart maid was sent for to go to her mistress, and Anushka remained with Darya Alexandrovna. Anushka was obviously much pleased at that lady's arrival, and began to chatter away without a pause. Dolly observed that she was longing to express her opinion in regard to her mistress's position, especially as to the love and devotion of the Count to Anna Arkadyevna, but Dolly carefully interrupted her whenever she began to speak about this. I grew up with Anna Arkadyevna, my lady's dearer to me than anything. Well, it's not for us to judge. And, to be sure, there seems so much love. Kindly pour out the water for me to wash now, please. Darya Alexandrovna cut her short. Certainly. We've 2 women kept specially for washing small things, but most of the linen's done by machinery. The Count goes into everything himself. Ah, what a husband! Dolly was glad when Anna came in, and by her entrance put a stop to Anushka's gossip.